and the president was never serious about it. Could I mention another issue to you? Did you hear about Mr. Putin's statement about me today?
No. What did George Bush used to call him? Pootie Poot. What has he said about you?
Well, when the demonstrations took place a few days ago, I said, "Dear Vlad," I tweeted, "Dear Vlad, the Arab Spring is coming to a neighborhood near you." Well, there's if you get it, we'll send it to you, but it's an AP story by a guy named Vladimir Ishkinikov. Putin rejects any redo of fraud-tainted vote. Apparently, he was on a call-in show, which he does once a year, and he talks about how he says there's nothing wrong with the election, etc. And he says Putin also lashed out at U.S. Senator John McCain, who had goaded him with a Twitter posted saying, quote, "The Arab Spring is coming to a neighborhood near you." Quote, listen to this, quote, "He has the blood of peaceful civilians on his hands, and he can't live without the kind of disgusting, repulsive scenes like the killing of Gaddafi," Putin said, referring to McCain's role as a combat pilot and prisoner of war in Vietnam. Quote, "Mr. McCain was captured and they kept him not just in prison but in a pit for several years," he said. "Anyone in his place would go nuts."
Well,
I'm not making that up.
You've been insulted by a mafia kingpin. I wouldn't go traveling over there right now if I were you.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not going to ask for a visa.
Listen, while you're on the lines, one other thing.
But by the way, this reaction, he is very, very unsettled by this demonstrations in Russia. On December 24th, they are planning huge demonstrations all over the country. It'll be very interesting. Most of the so-called Russian experts say that this will come to nothing. Well, they said the same thing about Tunisia and Libya and Egypt and Syria. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Now, before you get away.